welcome to CWC News.
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Caitlin, and we have news for February 2012.
CWC has a lot of different activities going on this month.
Like what?
Like Mathlinks.
Math what?
Mathlinks. Let's go live with Mrs. Gwaltney, the creator of Mathlinks.
So what do the kids do in Mathlinks?
Well, when the kids come to Math Wings, and it's kind of like a math club, and we get together and we work math problems. And most of the math problems that the kids work are advanced math problems, probably 7th, 8th grade type math. And sometimes they work individually, sometimes they work in teams, and they're just trying to challenge themselves to become better math students.
What are the children preparing for when they go to Math Wings?
Okay, when kiddos come to Math Wings, they're preparing for our regional and district competitions. 3 times a year, we have a regional competition that's here at Clearwater Creek, and our students will compete against other students, 4th and 5th grade students, in our basically this area of town, like Rolling Ridge and Prairie Center, Forest View, Westview students come meet here, and then we compete against each other, and then the top teams from the regionals get to go on and compete a week later in district competition, and that's when they compete against students from all across the district. So, and we usually, our kids do here at Clearwater Creek usually do really well. We usually have at least 1 or 2 teams, sometimes 3 teams that get to go on to district.
And what's the hardest part about coordinating Math Wings?
Probably the hardest part about coordinating Math Wings is that when we have our competitions, we can only take 15 students. So that would be like 5 teams of 3 students each. And we usually, and this year we have about 20, 23 students, depending on what week it is, come to Math Wings. And so the hardest part is I have to decide which kiddos get to compete at each regionals and which one do not. And usually what I do is I try to be as fair as possible about it. So I take attendance each week, and so students who attend regularly, and then also we do a math quiz, a quiz ahead of time, and whoever scores well on that is how I decide. And also guarantee that the kids that are in Math Wings, if they show up for practice, they're going to get to go to at least one of the regional competitions. So yeah, that's the hardest part, having to tell somebody that they don't get to go that time.
And what's the best part about coordinating it?
The best part of it is I get to work with kids outside of a library setting, in a different setting, and I get to know these kids in a different academic setting, and sometimes it's a little bit more relaxed in the school day because it's an after-school activity, so it gives me a chance to know kids just a little bit better.
And how did you come up with the idea to do Math Wings?
Well, Math Wings was actually not my idea. It's a district activity that is district-wide, and someone at the district level came up with it years ago as a way to get elementary kids, especially kids who really like math and want a little bit more of a challenge, get them involved in higher level math type problems. And so I wish I could take credit for it, but it's not my program. Somebody at the district level came up with the idea for it.
And how do you think the students benefit from participating in Math Wings?
Oh, I think it helps them with their math skills. It gives them a challenge. It gets them to do some higher level thinking. And I think it also gives them a chance to work with other students that they might not normally work with, because we've got our 4th and 5th grade students working together. So it gives students who really like math a chance to work with students in a different grade level and just work with them on different types of problems.
Thanks. Now back to you guys in the studio.
It sounds like they have a lot of fun.
Math is really fun, you know.
Yeah, we have a lot of wonderful teachers willing to teach us new things here at CWC.
One of them is Miss Gilliland. Let's watch my recent interview with her.
Gilliland, the 3rd grade teacher here at Clearwater Creek. So why did you decide to be a teacher?
Well, I always wanted to be a teacher. When I was a little girl, I helped my grandmother teach Vacation Bible School, and I just fell in love with it, so I just kept going.
What other jobs did you consider other than being a teacher?
I really didn't. Maybe a stay-at-home mom, but I always just wanted to be a teacher.
What is your favorite thing to teach in 3rd grade?
Well, it used to be math, and I still love teaching math, but this year I'm really enjoying teaching writing.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
People who have the ability to do things right and they choose to not do it right.
What is your favorite vacation spot?
My favorite was Greece. That was something that I saved up for a long time, and it was something I wanted to do forever, and finally got to do it.
What's the best part about being a third grade teacher?
Summers. No, it's not summers. It's just seeing kids learn and enjoying learning.
She's a great third grade teacher.
I agree. Some other good teachers are the counselors from OT.
The OT counselors were recently here at CWC to help the 5th graders get ready for middle school.
We recently interviewed 2 5th graders to ask them what they think about going to middle school next year.
Let's go check it out. Hi, I'm here with 2 5th graders from CWC, Maddie and Hope. Hope, are you excited to go to middle school?
Yes, because I can't wait to change classes.
And you?
And I want to take all the classes there
Why are you excited?
because I can take all kinds of different classes.
What did you learn from the counselors that came here to Clearwater Creek?
That every Friday there are different clubs and you can take them.
And Hope?
You can't do everything you want to do.
What's the biggest difference from being in elementary school and then changing to a bigger school, which is middle school?
From changing from being the oldest in elementary school to being the youngest in middle school.
Hope?
Going from 1 class to 7 classes.
Looks like I learned a lot about middle school.
I agree. Hey Ashley, have you heard about the Coyote Crop?
No, what's that?
The Coyote Crop is a weekend scrapbooking event that happens here at Clearwater Creek.
Let's learn more about this Coyote Crop with an interview with Mrs. Hirsch, the coordinator of the Coyote Crop.
Hi, I'm Maddie, here with CWC's art teacher, Miss Hirsch. I have a few questions to ask her about CWC's annual Coyote Crop. So, what is the Coyote Crop?
The Coyote Crop is a scrapbooking event held here at Clearwater Creek to raise some money for the events we do at school.
Who helps out with the Coyote Crop?
There's lots of people that help out with the Coyote Crop. We have parents, we have teachers that help out, and we have some ambassadors that help out a lot during the 2 days that we have the event.
What is the best part about the Coyote Crop?
There are a lot of great things about the Coyote Crop, but the best part is seeing all the creative things happening in the gym with the ladies scrapbooking and the sharing of ideas.
What is the hardest part about the Coyote Crop?
Getting it all coordinated so that the ladies have a great time scrapbooking, getting food ready for them, getting the tables down there. It's a lot of work.
And your last question, whose idea was it to do the Coyote Crop?
There's a lady named Miss Amy Herman. You might know her. And she started it all. Thanks, Mrs. Herman.
Now back to you guys in the studio.
That is really neat how people can help our school and have fun at the same time.
I agree. Hey, Caitlin, did you hear about the Science Museum?
I have, but I want to learn more.
Well, you can because we recently interviewed some of the people from the Science Museum.
Let's go check it out.
Hi, I'm James, and I'm here with Katie and Austin to learn more about the Science Museum. Austin, what is the Hands-On Science Museum?
Well, it's basically where a group of people put out a bunch of inventions and kids get to use them and see how they work scientifically.
What do you think it is, Katie?
I think it's basically the same thing. It's just that they get to go a little more deeper into science, and it's something you don't regularly get to do every day. It just comes once a year for like about a week.
What do the children get to do at the Science Museum?
Well, they get to play with a bunch of scientific tools and they get to learn about them.
Yeah, like one of the stations is there's this big platform where they get to learn about circuits with there's a light bulb and then there's a fan and a bell. And they have to use the different circuits, closing and opening them to figure out which ones are which.
What are the highs and lows about running the Science Museum?
Well, one of the highs is you get to help kids learn, and it's a lot of fun to mess around with scientific tools after they're done. But one of the lows is sometimes we have to miss part of the learning and we have to miss part of recess.
What do you think? It's true, we do have to miss some of the recess. And high is we get to see the kids' reactions when they get to finally figure something out. They're like, yeah! And one of the lows is it can be a little noisy, really, really noisy.
CWC recently had the district hands-on science museum come to our school. Kids got to explore all of the stations and learn more about science. Fifth graders got to help the kids learn more about science at some of the stations. Looks like they had a lot of fun.
That was really neat. Well, that's all the time we have. I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Ashley.
And you're watching CWCTV. Oh, and remember to check back soon for our latest broadcast. Goodbye. Well, that's all the time we have.
I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Ashley. And you're watching CWCTV.